TEP production. Giving out instruction. I just keep it intact, this is a fact, right and exact, I won't step back. Admiration is the feeling that inspires your brain to make you gain self-knowledge, not go insane. I'm Satan's antagonist, acknowledge what I speak. I cannot be duplicated cause I'm born unique. Brother Kareem told me if I want it, I gotta take it. Kareem told me if we need it, we gotta make it. Nasir just said stand up and be a man. You're planning to fail if you fail to plan. Keep your circle tight, know your plight, fight with all your might. Study hard, stay in shape and everything will be alright.
This beat is slapping, before I make it happen I just wanna ask, may I rise higher with fire, made brighter than May sharp lines, may climb and rhyme and may timing like sirens, may my thoughts may spray as I sway, may play with the day, may each bar may spark from the dark, may making the arc, may I shift, may gifted with riffs, may lifted no myth, may move clean, smooth in between, may carving out the scene, may words guide my glide as the tide, may ride on the inside, may minds free, may deep in the key, may shape in the sea, may I shine, may prime in my rhyme, may throw in the sign, may break norms, may storms in the red form, may lightning is born.
Let's go.
I don't know how I got here. I just know I'm never going back. Just when I thought things were already crazy, it gets worse.
I'm back.
Quan?
Sapphire struggles to deal with her husband's alleged betrayal and coming to terms with Quan being alive after thinking he was deceased. Devante tries to keep a level head while dealing with family issues and unexpected disloyalty. Memories of Dre enters Devante's life in a way that he would have never imagined.
Fire Part 2, the finale.
Get your copy of Fire. It's definitely a must-read. If you enjoy hood books, this one is it. Just like the title of the book, it's officially Fire. Get it on Amazon, paperback or Kindle.
Peace. This is The Enemy's Public, and I am Bro.Nasir. Hope everyone's enjoying their evening, this beautiful Saturday evening. This evening, I want to cover subject matter, the importance of delineating. Now, we're going to start at the beginning of who delineated first, because we have been a very welcoming people to all those who are of our race, yet are not necessarily of our ethnicity. And we've welcomed everybody into our arms. We had alliances, which doesn't mean that we had a camaraderie with such people. Yet, people come here and they will align themselves with us, but they would form a true camaraderie alliance, if you would, with others. I'm going to say to our people and to say to them at the same time that the fake brotherhood and the fake sister act is done. That is over with. We can't allow people to take advantage of us under the guise of calling themselves our brother and our sister. The importance of delineation. What is delineation? First, you have to get to that part first. What is delineation? The action of describing or portraying something precisely. We want people to know when we talk about ourselves precisely who and what we're talking about. Okay? 2, the action of indicating the exact position of a border or a boundary. That's what delineation is. The action of indicating the exact position of a border or a boundary. And we must put borders and boundaries around us, because people come among us not to form an alliance, yet to tether off us. That's something that we have to stop. Now, number 3, the act of outlining or representing something with lines or words. Example, the delineation of a scene. That means you're leaving. To be delineated means something has to be clearly outlined, described, or represented, often with precision, either by drawing lines, literally or metaphorically, or by defining features, boundaries, or steps in detail, making it easy to understand. A synonym to delineation is depiction, lining, and line drawing, which is very important. Lines have to be drawn. Have to be drawn. Now, let us start again at the beginning of the delineation process, which didn't begin with us. People who we consider to be our brothers and sisters have always delineated from us, distinguished themselves from us, and differentiated themselves from us. They don't mind getting close to us when it's something that they want or achieve under our name, under the guise of being a brother and sister. Africans, Latinos, other people who are melanated and look like us, sort of, really based on the color of their skin. Yet if you look a little closer, none of these other ethnic groups look anything like us, to tell the truth. All of them will readily say, with, being proud, I'm not black. Unless it's beneficial to them personally, they'll say they're black. When they want to tether our energy and get our benefits, they will say they're black because when monies or benefits are allocated, you notice it'll always be under the guise of being for black people. It'll go from black And then it'll go down to people of color, and then it'll end up being minorities, which is being inclusive to everyone who wants it. Now, delineation is something that these other groups have always done when it came to us. Yet it is something new that, in my opinion, that we must do. We must delineate. The fake brotherhood, again, the fake brotherhood and sisterhood is done. The sister act is done. It's overwhelming to those who are used to cozying up to us, yet are here in our country siding with those they perceive as winning. Some of them actually identifying as those who are in opposition to us, when we are the ones who made all the sacrifices. Black Americans made all the sacrifices. Now, we fought the fight. We fought the fight. Our people put our lives on the line, establishing everything that the immigrants come over here and enjoy. So everything they come here and enjoy, they should be thanking us for. They shouldn't have this disdain for us that they have, because we are the ones who made the sacrifices. All these ethnic groups who come to the United States should be falling at our feet thanking us for our sacrifice that we've made. But no, they come here arrogant, condescending, hateful, and undermining. They make mockery of the struggles and the sacrifices that we endured and attempt to steal and take credit for our accomplishments. Now, have you ever noticed that when Black immigrants win a BET award, an NAACP award, any award that they receive, as far as accolades from our people, they say it's about us as a family, as Black people. Yet when they win an award they deem more prestigious than the BET award, the NAACP award, or any award that's given to them by one of us, they delineate. That's when they start delineating. When they receive any accolades, like an Emmy or an Oscar or a Grammy, they delineate when they receive accolades from white folks. They totally distinguish themselves from Black Americans when they're successful, and even when they're successful in our culture. Our genres of music and what we do, they become successful, and when they receive accolades from others, that's when they say they want to go home, all of a sudden identify as an ethnic group as opposed to a race. It's not a Black thing then. It is then they'll say, I'm Jamaican, I'm Dominican, I'm Somalian, I'm Nigerian, I'm anything but a Black American. Though they're not Black American, they will consider themselves at least one of us when they cozy up against us. After the delineation that they're doing, I'm 60. They've been delineating all my life. I can say this. Now, I can say one thing for certain also. It's definitely brought out their true feelings about us. After all we've done for them, they have a lot of disdain for us. And if you go to any of these ethnic groups, you go to their establishments, they'll take our money. But they will not allow one of us to actually be employed in those stores. They'll take our money though. You go to a bodega, it's all of them. I can understand if it's a family business. But if you're in our community, if you have a store in our community, you should be employing the people in our community. At least some of that money will stay in our community if some of the people who are in our community was employed by that establishment. All these ethnicities, if you go get Jamaican food, you don't see us working in there. If you go to a bodega, we're not working in there. African stores, we don't work in there because they have disdain for us. We're useful to them. We're useful to them when they want to tether off us, our energy, our benefits. Anything they want to get from us, they will cozy up to us to get it. They'll call us brother, they'll call us sister all day to get what they want from us. But they never really considered themselves brothers and sisters to us. Now there's a very few that come here and they rock with us. But overall, those people cannot say they rock with us, and they will readily tell us that they don't rock with us. They don't like us. They'll come here, they undermine our efforts, and it's crazy how these are the same people who are in representation of our people and undermining us as representatives of ours. Most of the people who are on the Reparations Council are undermining our efforts. They don't want to see us get it because they won't get it. That's hateful because they won't get it. They don't want to see us get it when they know we're owed it. And they have this fantasy that, okay, we'll never get it. We probably won't, but it's wishful thinking of theirs that we will never get it. It's wishful thinking. And also, they also have this fantasy of us being deported. They'll come here and tell us about our history here when they haven't endured nearly what we've endured in the United States as the original people here. We endured what we endured by thieves. That came from thieves. The same kind of thieves they are. Come here and try to tell us who we are so arrogantly and condescendingly. Tell us who we are and tell us that we are going to be deported to somewhere we know nothing about and we haven't come from. Using the same white supremacist talking points that white people use. When someone tells us to go back to Africa, they use the same narrative as people say when they say they're traveling from abroad to America. America is a continent. You got North, Central, and South. Africa is a continent. But they cannot give us a locality where we would be deported to, because none of us are from any of those locations. But some of us would try to force ourselves on Africa, saying that we're from Africa, but cannot give a location. What country are you from in Africa? Cannot tell nobody, but they will swear they're from Africa. Umar Johnson is running around here as a Pan-African trying to tell us that we're from Africa. And we're not from Africa. I go back generations before I came here. My people are from Jacksonville, Florida, and Gainesville, Florida. I ended up in New Jersey, but that's where we originated from. And my father's side, my mother's side is Detroit and Philly. But my parents grew up in Georgia. They ended up in Georgia. As far as I know, I've laid eyes on a lot of my relatives who I speak about. And some of them laid eyes on me. I was too young to know who they were. But there's pictures of them holding me that I have to get my hands on. But they had this fantasy. They had this disdain for us and this wishful thinking because they suffer pain, or they have to endure what ICE and what the government is putting on them. So they want to see us suffer with them because we're delineating, because we, for change, are not getting involved. It's this thing with us, with our people, that they know we are the fighters. They know we will fight. They know we can fight. They know we endure to the end when we get in the fight. And people tell them that we are useful. We are useful when it comes to the struggle and getting things done. We are useful. And we have allowed people to use us for their agendas. We felt for the brothers, we felt for the brother man thing. We fell for that. And our sisters fell for the Sister Act with the feminist movement. Our sisters fell for that. But here we are today, further apart than we were before I came along. We're further apart. We're delineating as a people who are not united as a people, but we're delineating. It's a start. After we delineate, we have to close the ranks of our people. We have to close the ranks. Because whether we delineate or not, we are all we have. So being that we are all we have, we need to close the ranks and stop pitting each other against each other. We need to stop that and stop trying to think that our methodology or our ways of doing things is the only way of doing things. Because collectively we have more than we have apart. Some of our people just don't get that part. We're so quick to put down and discredit a brother or sister who stood and acted on our behalf. And some of us are doing it or discrediting brothers and sisters while doing nothing, while doing absolutely nothing themselves. Some of these brothers and sisters, but mostly brothers, I'm more critical on the brothers because that's what I am. Some of them won't give anything or are quick to ask for something. I don't hear a lot of these brothers talking about what they're going to give. but they're quick to say super chat, cash app, whatever they. I don't know about all of them because I don't ask for anything. I don't know about all that because I don't ask people for anything. Besides your attention, that's the best currency. Pay a damn attention. I'd rather have that. Just pay attention when I'm trying to give you some information that is pertinent. Don't take my word for it. Look into it. But we have to stop discrediting each other and stop doing all the infighting, because there's a lot of infighting going on throughout the world. We don't have time for the infighting while they're infighting, because they're infighting because it's the end of their world. And if we're going to take over this world, we got to get our shit together. It's the only way we can do it. And we can't do it without us being organized. A lot of our people don't like organizing, but we have to organize. Tanya Lord, peace. Thank you for tapping in. Thank all those who are tapping in. Everybody's not commenting, but I appreciate you for tapping in. I appreciate everyone for tapping in. Now I want to get into some video presentation consistent with the importance of delineation. Pardon me a second. Let me share my screen. Some of these videos are aged because I wanted you to get the gist of who started the delineation first. You can't get mad because we're delineating when you've always delineated from us. Can't get mad at that. Just can't.
It's like the oddest thing. It's like black and brown on this float, and then there's this white guy with the little black kid who's misbehaved. Este niño has no. They're not even. Yeah, no, they're not doing. The kid is bouncing off the effing walls on the float, practically tipping it over. There's nothing you can do to control him. Parece changuito. They're raising him like a little white kid.
Greetings to my brother, Jeremy Roster. Thanks for tapping in. Respect, family. Now, Nuri Martinez said that Black parents are raising their child like a little white kid because they're not whooping him. The child's running around doing what a 2-year-old would do. And because they're not snatching the child up and spanking the child, she said that they're raising him like a little white kid and said the child needs a beat down. And she said, let her take him around the corner and then bring him back, that she'll beat the child, a 2-year-old.
Which I was like, this kid needs a beat down. Like, let me take him around the corner and then I'll bring him back.
All those caught on tape have apologized, but anti-Black sentiment is much bigger than just this latest news, and that's what we really want to talk about today. Joining me now is Carmen Perez-Jordan. She's CEO of the Gathering for Justice and a Chicana feminist. Tanya K. Hernandez, she's a law professor at Fordham University and author of Racial Innocence, Unmasking Latino Anti-Black Bias and the Struggle for Equality, and of course, Arturo Vargas. He's the CEO of NALEO, the National Association of Latino Elected and Appointed Officials Educational Funds. Happy to have you with me. Carmen, I want to start with you because I think the most disappointing thing about all of this was, look, we've all known that anti-Blackness is prevalent in many parts of the Latino community. And just to inform our viewers, it's followed most American Latinos from their home countries. This is the result of Spanish colonizing, enslaving, and
They're even like that in their homeland. Dark-skinned Latinos, Hispanics are the niggas of their land. They treat them the way, some of us are treated here, with discrimination because of the color of their skin. But then they have the nerve to come here and think that they can treat us the way they treat the dark-skinned people in their homeland. It's not going down because this is our country.
And raping of indigenous and African peoples. But now that we're here, how do we change this? Because so many people were impacted by this sentiment. And I feel like it kind of set, coalition and working together back significantly. What's your take?
Thank you so much, Tiffany, for having me. I'm
going to say, when it comes to this coalition building, this so-called alliance, we were the only ones who honored it. They smiled in our face. They're straight up like the song, backstabbers. They smiled in our face all the time. They want to take our place. And that is the truth about the song from the OJs. All of these different ethnic groups that come here, they smile in our face, but they really want to take our place.
Especially hosting this long overdue conversation, it has taken us a step back. Many of us have committed our lives to doing Black and Brown solidarity, Black and Brown liberation work. And it's going to take having courageous conversations. It's going to take acknowledging.
It's going to take those who call themselves building a coalition to not be untrustworthy backstabbers. That's what it's going to take. Standing on their word and not being closeted racists towards our people. You'll never build if there is to be a coalition ever in the future, they're going to have to initiate it because we've proven ourselves trustworthy with our actions. We stood the bat for everybody who came here. So if there's going to be a coalition, it's going to have to be initiated by them. They're going to have to do something, not say something, to prove themselves trustworthy. And we're going to have to watch them on a protracted period to ensure ourselves that they can be trusted as someone in a coalition with us. Or if that's not, because it had to start with truth and it had to start with trustworthiness. Without all that, no.
The whitewashing, the spreading of white supremacy, of the whitewashing of our history and our communities within the Latino community and the anti-Blackness. Some of the things that, I recognize, especially when we're doing Black and Brown solidarity work, is that we have to, use Kenyan nonviolence as a form of reconciliation. It's personal commitment. It's also gathering information and having courageous conversations. But there are many people who've been doing this work for quite some time. And as I've spoken to my colleagues who are in this field, it's a major step back and it's a major disappointment. But we need to stop these conversations from when they begin. And that starts in our homes.
Yeah, I agree. And, Tanya, I want to bring you in the conversation because, I see these things. I've heard and been in proximity to these things my entire life. I've always grown up in communities where the Latino community was very adjacent and, a lot of shared experiences. And it does tend to, the common ground here is white supremacy, because it seems like some people in the Latino community feel like if we're white adjacent, maybe we will not be subjected to the same racism and prejudice. I want to show a clip from a great writer in The Atlantic who says, some
of these people come here and they identify as white and they want to be white because in all actuality, to some of them, coming here to become white is the American dream. They can be Mexican, they could be any ethnicity south of the border, and they'll come here to become white. And you cannot call them brother. They're not going to accept you as their brother.
Whiteness will always be relative. She's directing this in the Latino community. You can utter as much garbage as you want about Black people. You can vote Republican. You can lead the Proud Boys. You will never achieve whiteness. The gift bestowed upon Italians and the Irish.
And that is the truth. You could become, see, your whiteness will always be relative. You can utter as much garbage as you want about Black people. You can vote Republican. You can lead the Proud Boys. They have people of color, people darker than I am, identifying as white people. And they're leading the Proud Boys. The leader of the Proud Boys is not a white man. He's not one of us, but he's not a white man. So there goes the Black and brown people of color coalition. He said, you will never achieve whiteness. They would use you for their agenda, and some of them are willing participants because they have such disdain for us that they will come here and they would side with anybody who they perceive as winning. They think white people are winning, so they'll side with them.
Isn't happening for us. So you can discriminate against Black people and Afro-Latinos all you want. It won't make you white. It just makes you a racist person of color, a brown Clayton Bigsby, a fool. I echo those sentiments. Curious your thoughts this morning.
Well, I actually think that there is another layer to this. Some people within the Latino community do achieve whiteness. One, because they are white appearing. They favor more our European ancestors. And
exactly. Some of them, their name would be Jorge. His name would be Jorge. He would come here and change his name to George because he wanted to sound more white. I've seen it. I've seen it. I know someone with the name Jorge, but once he got his degree and he started to become a teacher, he's moving up in the ranks. And once he became a principal in a school, he changed his name to Jorge from George. From Jorge to George.
And depending on their accent, their educational level, whether they actually have a record.
Greetings to my brother and comrade, Dre Cobbs Music. Salute to you, network family.
Recognizable Hispanic surname, that all those things enable a person to, I wouldn't call it passing, but seemingly just and seamlessly being able to pass into whiteness, white Anglo whiteness, just as they have whiteness within Latin America and the Caribbean. So I guess what I would want to say is that despite this idea of all Latinos being brown, some browns are browner than others, and some whites are whiter than others. There are Latinos who are white, whether they have that personal identity or not. That's their socially ascribed race from others outside, and they get to move in that privilege as well.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point. Thank you for making it.
That's their social construct. And like when people say social construct, I like to add that just because something is a social construct, it don't necessarily make it bad. Not for us, being the people, the innovative people we are. It doesn't make it bad. They use social construct to identify people, to say that, okay, someone gave it to them as a social construct. We could build like everybody else on their social construct. Like white is a social construct. And we could be on top as the social construct we call ourselves. Once we decide who we are and what we're going to call ourselves, we have to build on that. We can't continuously argue about who we are. We have to do something as who we are. But when certain people come over here, again, the American dream to some of these people is to come to the United States and become white. It's the American dream to them. And that's the social construct that they want to go in and go under, because that's what they want to build on. That's why it's called the construct.
Arturo, I think something that's kind of been lost in this conversation because we focus so much on the language, but what they were actually discussing in that meeting was redistricting.
Greetings to my brother, Poisonous Product. Poison Product. I'm sorry, Poison. I'm thinking about KRS-One song. Poison Puppet, the #1 promoter around these parts right here. Poison Puppet. Salute to you, family.
Districting. And this is where I think we have to start having these tough conversations now, because by the year 2044, there will be no racial majority. And so
Greetings to my sister, the Goddess of Love. Thanks for tapping in. I appreciate it.
I've worked in spaces where the communities start fighting over resources. If the Latino community is getting this, that means that Black people are getting less of this. If the AAPI community is getting this, that means Indigenous folks are getting left out. And I just wonder how we can shift this conversation, because
that's how it happens, and it's done on purpose. When monies or any benefits are allocated, we may go in. That's why they send these immigrants, the Black immigrants, the immigrants that look like us. They send them in representing us. And when monies or any type of benefits are allocated, it's not allocated to the people that is supposed to be exclusively for. Everybody can get something exclusively for their people besides ours. Even laws pass to protect their people. It always start off for us, then it would be people of color, and then it would be minority. It always trickled down to be as inclusive as possible when it comes to the allocation of any type of benefits or funds. That's the trick bag. Whenever we hear somebody speaking to us, if they don't mention our people exclusively and they started using people of color and minorities, that's the trick bag. Get them away from us. We can't allow that trick bag from this day forward. People of color, minority. No, we're not doing it.
Racist views impact politics and policy in Los Angeles and impact people. So I wonder how we can get ahead of this as we become the rising majority of this country, and not have these kind of in-wars and not adopt the behavior of those who would oppress us, but, you know, kind of rethink how we envision and work in democracy. So your thoughts as a leader of NALEO on that?
Well, first of all, good morning from Los Angeles. I'm here in the middle of the storm, and thank you for having me again on your show. There are 2 points I want to make here. The first one is, please do not define the relationships between our communities by the actions of some elected officials. We at NALEO immediately call for the resignation of the 3 council members because of these racist statements. We had to hold them accountable. That's my first point. My second point, I have been involved on redistricting work since the 1991 redistricting. This was my 4th cycle in 2021, 2022. And throughout that entire process, I have worked in coalition with African-American leadership, API leadership, Jewish American leadership to determine how, as community leaders, we can come together to design a map, district, power sharing in a way where everybody has a seat at the table. That is not always the goal of incumbents and elected officials.
Right.
That's why we always draw a very bright line between what incumbents want and what the community wants.
Yeah, I think you make such a really good point there, Arturo. In another life, I worked with NALEO very closely, so I'm familiar with the work that you do. Carmen, we're running out of time, but I think, you know, some of the work that you've done, and we saw, you know, some of this around the Women's March, you know, as these demographics in the country change, it is disheartening to see how this set back. And I think Arturo makes such a good point. Let's not make this the actions of these individuals, even though in many ways this is a microcosm for a lot of conversations that happen around anti-Black sentiment. But I'm just curious, like, how we move past this. How can we repair this damage? Because I've heard from so many Black people.
And that's what reparations is, repairing the damage. Like everybody else get reparations. Now, Israel is getting an annual budget of reparations every single year for something that the United States didn't even do to them. But they get an annual budget as reparations to maintain Israel. They get it every single year. But they can't give us reparations after the atrocities that was committed on our people in my lifetime. They owe us for what was done in my lifetime, crimes against humanity in my lifetime. I was born in the 60s, so things were going on in my lifetime that they owe us for. But everybody get repaired besides us. Everybody get laws written to protect them as a people besides us.
People who are like, this is the Black-Brown coalition that you're always talking about, and look, this is how they feel about us. And I've worked with so many people who don't feel that way. So your thoughts?
First of all, we need to acknowledge that this is happening. We never acknowledge it in the Latino community. We need to take personal responsibility, and we also need to hold our elected officials to a higher standard. We actually don't. It's the reason why many of us actually don't have a hard time trusting elected officials, even if they're from our own communities. But there's an opportunity here. There's an opportunity for those of us who've been doing this work to continue to lean in, to continue to have these courageous conversations. And like Arturo said, those individuals that made those racist statements don't represent all of us Latinos that actually are building solidarity in Black and Brown communities.
Now we're going to go to this young sister addressing the disdain that immigrants have against us. They have a lot of disdain for us, and it's coming out now. It's really coming out.
Like, don't piss in my mouth and then call it lemonade, because what's the derogatory word for white people that's colonizing your land to this day? And for the Caribbean and Africans that say we don't have any culture, and come on now, we can already debunk that. What's your culture? And don't tell me food. It's to the point where I don't even want to date a Caribbean or an African that has a coon mindset unless you have a rider mindset. And Black Americans built this country, not Africans, don't you forget.
You know what's crazy? The crazy thing is, regardless to
African people don't like Black.
Regardless to everything that we established here, others came after we fought the fight. Regardless, you name it, others came here after the fight was over. They didn't join us in the fight. They would love to say that they joined us in the fight. They constantly put up these two Jewish men with one white man 60 years ago who died. They constantly put them up and say that's their contribution to our cause. They constantly put those two men in our face. It's to say that those two is the equivalent to all of us. That's how they feel. They constantly put them in our face, throw them in our face. That's their contribution to our cause. When our brothers and sisters were being abused, dog sicked on us, and water hoses, and because two of them died, that's their contribution. To this day, Donahue mentioned it when Dr. Khaled was on his show years ago. I was right there when Dr. Khaled was at the Donahue show. Kept mentioning that man's name, those two men names, and asking Dr. Khaled how he felt about it. Kept mentioning it. This is Aries Spears going in, telling the truth. I don't particularly rock with Aries Spears. He's someone from my neck of the woods, you know, from my area. He's claiming somewhere else, but he's not he's from my neck of the woods. I know exactly where he went to school at, the high school, but there's him, you know, what he's saying now is important and it's pertinent and it's the truth.
African people don't like black people. Y'all know they treat us like shit. They talk down to us. They think they better than us. And I don't understand because we from the same tribe, kind of. But they like white people though.
I don't rock with that part, but for the most part, he's keeping it real because that's you know, he has a little indoctrination.
Treat y'all like family. As soon as y'all come around, they get excited. Excuse me, Mr. White Man.
Run it back.
But they like white people though. They treat y'all like family. As soon as y'all come around, they get excited. Excuse me, Mr. White Man. Thank you for bringing us here. We love you. Yeah, the white man. As soon as they see us, they get attitude. Hey, how you doing? This nigga. We don't like the black man in America. Motherfucker, you don't work, you don't do shit. We don't like you, you black motherfucker. Like, who are you calling black, motherfucker?
Straight up, typical anti-black white supremacist talking points that they all say. Stereotypical bullshit that they all say that we don't work and they work hard.
Fucker, I'm brown, you midnight. Who the fuck are you calling black? Like, nigga, if you stood up against a building, you'd look like an alley. Who the fuck are you calling black? African people don't like black people. Y'all know they treat us like shit. They talk down to us.
Now we're gonna go to the next video.
On this podcast and start crapping on black Americans.
Where a Haitian woman said black Americans are dirty. A Haitian woman. Do you know how arrogant you have to be as a Haitian to refer to any of us? The actual dusties of our people shouldn't be called dirty by a damn Haitian. This video is courtesy of Tariq Radio, my brother Tariq Nasheed.
You American? Dirty black American?
Wait, what?
Huh? Huh? What?
Wait, what you
American?
say?
Black American? What?
No. Hold on. You said
and I know for certain that she bleached her skin. She came here to tether off us, live the so-called American dream, but she's here being condescending and being arrogant and being disrespectful. A Haitian woman said black Americans are dirty. A Haitian woman. Just let that sink in. Someone from Haiti said someone from here are dirty.
A dirty black American.
You heard that? You just asked me what I said. I did.
Why you said that?
Because that's what y'all are. Dirty black American.
And she's sitting there with more weave than a dog in traffic. I guarantee if you yank that ponytail off her head, it would be a duck's ass. It won't even be a ponytail.
I did. A dirty black American. I sure did. Because that's what y'all are.
Just chill out on that dirty black American comment. So,
I'm sorry. You really took offense to that. I apologize.
Anybody would take offense to that.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I didn't.
Why you said that though? I'm saying, why would you even fix your lips and say that though? I'm confused.
Because that's just my experience. Like,
bruh.
If that's your experience, that's who you hang around. Your experience is what you be around. So that says something about you.
It's my experience. So I'm going to speak on it. But I apologize.
It's your experience?
Yeah. So I apologize.
What experience you had?
If I offended you.
You accept the apology?
No,
Nah,
he's
hell,
not.
like that's super disrespectful. Like,
She,
yo.
said, she did say it's dirty black Haitians too, though.
Nah, she wouldn't. I would never fix my lips to say, and I know some dirty black Haitians. Like, you know what I'm saying? I would never fix my lips to say dirty black. I wouldn't generalize. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, nah, it is, bro. That's that Caribbean.
It's not.
And this is why we having the diaspora war.
Speaking of that, did y'all see this clip? There's a clip of this Haitian chick, this Haitian immigrant. She was on the Daily Wrap Up show. Did y'all see this clip? She got on this podcast and started crapping on Black Americans. See, these people do these unsolicited crappings on us just out the blue.
And they wonder why we are delineating. They call us xenophobic and they call us divisive because we're delineated, and look at the disdain that they have for us. This is why we're doing it, and this is why we must do it.
I know y'all seen the clip. So yeah, this Haitian woman, this light-skinned Haitian woman, she came in and they asked her, is she Haitian or something like that? And then she was like, oh yeah. What'd she say? She's like, yeah, I'm not a dirty Black American. And the guy was like, what? Yeah, you know, I ain't no dirty Black American. She said, start talking about dirty Black Americans, just out the blue. And the Daily Wrap Up guys, I know those guys. I've been on their show before.
She came there to push that agenda. She wanted to say that. She started off with that, and it was unsolicited. Nobody said anything to her besides greet her. It was unsolicited, so that's what she went there for, to call our people dirty.
So those are my guys. I'm cool with those guys. So those guys, you know, some of them are FBA. Yeah, some of those guys are FBA. I'm thinking she didn't know that. I think she went in there thinking that they were immigrants too. Because when I went on the show, I thought all...
Possibly. She probably did go in there thinking that they were all immigrants. But I'm going to say this. All immigrants don't rock with that. Like I said, I know some immigrants that don't play that. They'll jump on your ass quicker than one of us would if you come to them with that anti-Black American nonsense, because some of them really see us as their brothers and sisters, but for the most part, they share this woman's sentiment.
All of them were immigrants myself. I thought they were immigrants. I thought they were like Caribbean, because in New York, you got a lot of Caribbean cats. So when I went up there, I thought they might have been Caribbean, but they were like, you know, some of those, they were telling me they're FBA. I said, oh, okay. But yeah, she up there talking about dirty Black Americans, and everybody, and it went viral. You know, like a Haitian, a Haitian calling somebody dirty.
Exactly, a Haitian calling somebody dirty.
Dirty. That's where everybody's tripping. Like, what the, really? Shout out to Haitians, but come on. Yeah. That's kind of ironic. No, I'm not trying to crap on the Haitians. I got a lot of love for the Haitians, but really?
But the crazy part is she's sitting here in the United States calling Black Americans dirty, sitting here in our country calling us dirty, and she's a Haitian. She came to the clean, paved roads, modern structures in the United States to call us dirty.
Dude, y'all saw the video recently of this woman down in Florida, this Haitian woman whose house was so damn filthy, Child Protective Services was about to take her kids. Did y'all see that? Y'all remember that clip? The bed was all dirty and there was just garbage all in the house, and they don't have running water in the house. This was in Florida.
Yeah, I seen that video. I seen that. That was disgusting.
Florida. And she's like, I'm Haitian. This is part of my culture. And like, whoa. Did they take the kids?
That's actually third world culture. That's their culture, third world culture. No water running, and people have to urinate and defecate, and then you have to have drinking water. I don't drink tap water, but to those who do, you have that water got to be clean. But if you don't have any water, it must have been funky as hell in there.
I don't know. I don't know if they took the kids or not, but yeah, this house was, the shower was in the backyard. It was filthy. But listen, man, a lot of these people, you got to understand something, man. These people will project as a psychological self-defense against the internalized stigma they have about themselves, man. A lot of these people from these severely impoverished, destabilized countries, they grow up absorbing these global narratives about their homeland being dirty and backwards and failed. Just like the guy who called up, he said, "Yeah, y'all be saying we're all backwards." I didn't say all that. You added that because that's how you feel about yourself. He was doing a lot of projecting. So a lot of these people, instead of confronting the stigma that they have, they try to project that stuff onto us. They start doing these weird projections onto us as foundational Black Americans. You know, they try to, it's like a coping mechanism. You see? And the thing is, man, these people try to flip global poverty into some kind of imagined moral superiority. They come from these countries with all of this extreme poverty. They try to cope by trying to construct some kind of moral hierarchy instead of an economic one. So their narrative is basically, yeah, we're poor, but we're proud and we're hardworking. We work harder. So they try to do some little moral jujitsu to.
I've worked with other ethnic groups, and I'm not just going to say, I work with all ethnic groups, including my own, and I've seen some real lazy people in all ethnicities. I mean, just straight up lazy, good for nothing, that you just would tell them, just go, I'll do it myself. They're that lazy. They're more hinderers than helping. So you just say, you know what? In order for me to finish this, I'd rather you just go somewhere and let me finish this, because they're in the way more than they're helping. And I've found that with all ethnic groups. So I don't even rock with that certain ethnic group is lazy. But I've seen some Jamaicans, some Haitians, and even some of my own brothers and sisters just straight up damn lazy. Straight up lazy. It's all in the person, their upbringing and work ethic. But you can't put laziness or even like this, like they were stereotyped as hard workers, and that came from like the 1980s into the 90s with In Living Color. They work hard. We got 12 jobs and we got 3 jobs. No, they don't work like that. They work 9 to 5 like everybody damn else, and they go home. Some people get their hustle on, to work, more than one job. But in totality, it's like everybody else.
To try to cope and then try to project us as lazy and dirty. They notice the tethers always want us to be in shanty towns. Well, y'all po too. Y'all look at Chicago. Chicago is a damn paradise compared to where y'all come from. Yeah, we don't live like that. No.
I mean, it's parts of Chicago that's so damn beautiful, man. You can't even say that about Chicago. I've been in Chicago several times. There's some parts of Chicago that is so. It's even parts of the South Side of Chicago that's nice. So they can't really say that shit about Chicago. Chicago is beautiful.
No disrespect. We don't live like that, and we've never lived like that. We don't live like third worlders. Foundational Black Americans, we are extremely clean, even in poverty. We don't like filth. Let's get some shit straight.
And that's the truth. Even, if we were impoverished, we'll go get that dollar store soap, and we're gonna at least be clean and smell good. If our clothes is not the best, we're gonna at least be clean and we're gonna smell good. We'll get some dollar damn soap and we'll take a shower and we'll keep our clothes clean. We're just not gonna walk around, if we're able to do something, we're gonna do it. Of course, if you're on the street and you can't shower and you can't go into the store, if you don't have the resources, no one without resources is going to be able to do anything. They're not going to be able to suffice themselves. But for the most part, if we got $10 in our pocket, we're going to buy $1 of soap. We're going to go in a dollar store and buy some soap, but at least keep ourselves clean.
Great. We're not a dirty people in any sense of the word. One thing we gonna be is clean. Our clothes gonna be clean. Our shoes gonna be clean. We'll have 2 cents in our pocket. We're gonna have clean shoes, clean clothes. That's our culture. We come from a culture of cleanliness. We've never been a.
That's the truth. You know, it's been a long, long time, but I've been broke. But I was sharp though while I was broke.
Filthy ass people. Yeah, you see filthy people who might be on drugs or something, somebody on a narcotic. Let me watch my mouth. Somebody might be on that narcotic. We've never been a filthy, musty people. Dirty, no. You understand? That ain't us. What's that stat Houston for? What's that stat Houston for? We get what? What's going on in Houston? Who's talking about Houston? Stay out of Houston. What you got a cockroach infection? What you talking about, Dimple? Yo, Dimple, what you talking about? You're saying something.
You heard it right. It
What
looks
you
like
talking
that background's from Houston.
Oh, no, this is not Houston. No.
Oh, good. Thank you. Because we would not want to get a cockroach infestation.
Now, what are you talking about?
Meaning I'm happy you didn't come to my city because we don't need any more cockroaches.
Sir, you know how loved I am in Houston?
I don't know about none of that. I know you're a cockroach, and I know we don't need an infestation.
I know you a punk,
and I know you are too.
You ain't running. You
with
ain't
those
running.
DSLs.
You ain't running nothing in Houston, dude. You a wide pussy punk. You're not running nothing. I got so much love in Houston. Houston is damn near my.
Greetings, my sister, soul sister Jackie Brown. Thanks for tapping in. I guess this is the punk segment of Tariq's show. When somebody called in with the high pitched voice and the Fruit Loop troop called in.
My second home. They love me in Houston. What you talking about? The roaches are coming out your Bucci cat, sir. That's where the roaches are coming from, sir.
The roaches stay on your page because you are a big cockroach.
Okay.
And all you breed are cockroaches. And you're getting told today that you're a cockroach. And we would hope that you stay out of Houston, Texas.
Well, I'm coming.
Because the last thing we need is another cockroach.
Listen.
No.
Miss Thing. Not only am I coming back to Houston, I'm buying property in Houston.
Please don't, because we definitely.
I'm buying property in Houston.
Don't, please. Stay out of Houston.
I'm buying farmland, and we're gonna. And you know what? You can come by and
we don't need no more cockroaches.
We can use my chickens.
See, this one thing that I can't do is entertain a conversation like this. I can't do it. I will have to be like, you know what? Next. I can't entertain a conversation like that.
Can use your bussy as a barn. All right, because your bussy is wide as a barn. So when I get farm animals, they can
and how about
shelter. They can get shelter in your big wide Bucci cat. How about that? How about that, Miss Thang? Wolf, you just saying. So Wolf, hop on in here. Don't be in here lying. Wolf, hop on in, sir. All right. That sassy queen.
Those type of conversations I just can't entertain.
What's up, Wolf? I didn't vote for Trump. What you lying about? You must be a Trump.
You vote for Trump.
You said I'm a Trump. What'd you say? I'm pro-Trump.
You're pro-Trump, man.
I didn't vote for Trump.
Nothing against Trump. Always Obama shit.
Yeah, I didn't vote for Trump, sir. I didn't vote for Trump.
Never said you vote for Trump, but you're pro-Trump.
I'm not pro anything. I'm pro-black empowerment, sir. You understand how that works?
You're not trying to unify no black people. All you doing is
unify who?
Us. Black.
Us how? You have an accent.
That's the thing. They just don't get it. They just don't get it. They're trying to force themselves on us. This is like ethnic rape. They want to force themselves on us.
Sir, what part of Africa are you from?
Man, fuck off.
No, I don't care about you cursing because you mad because you fled.
No.
Somebody asks you where you from and you get
I'm
mad.
good. I'm good.
Yeah,
Trust
you,
me, I'm
yeah,
good.
I'm
better
you
than
don't.
you.
I don't get mad when somebody asks me where I'm from and my family's from, sir.
I love my
you got mad. You are mad tether. You are ashamed of your homeland. You ain't even unified with your homeland. Look at you.
I love everybody
you ain't even
black.
unified. You ain't even unified with your homeland. You ask where you from. Go, fuck off, nigga. You get mad. You all musty mad because of your homeland. You mad at your homeland, sir. What unified front we gonna have? We ain't got no unity. Y'all don't rock with us like that.
Exactly.
You come over here and eat off of us, sir. And you mad because we're delineating and you just can't eat off us no more. That's not unity. That's exploitation, sir. You're mad because you can't exploit us. That's what you mad at, ain't it?
Keep it real.
Come on, Dudu Tunde. Talk to me. You too ashamed to even name where you're from, sir. Hop on in, Dudu Tunde. Now unmute your microphone.
I just told you, I love everybody black. That's all you need to know.
But you don't love the people in your homeland that you fled from.
I love everybody black homeland.
No, you don't.
America, whatever.
You
bro.
don't love your
I don't
homeland.
care.
You don't love your homeland because you would have stayed. You wouldn't have fled over here.
I know you don't understand. I love everybody black.
I understand.
I even love you.
I understand.
I even love you.
Sir, this ain't that type of party. This ain't that type of party, sir. I'm not. No.
Trust
I don't
me.
want your bussy.
No
I don't
Diddy,
want your
no-
bussy. I don't want bussy. Get out of here. Don't call up with that. Now you sound moist. I don't know. No. We don't do that now. Pause.
Yeah, pause.
Yeah, you trying to flirt now. Love you, nigga. And I don't. We don't do that. Hey. Oh. Okay. What is that song?
Kibo only two.
Okay,
One,
yeah, he's annoying me. I was going to talk to the sister. All right. Yeah. I was going to talk to the sister. Then whoever that dude was, he's farting and I don't know what he's doing, but he's very annoying. All right. Oh, goodness. It looked like she was Ethiopian or something. It's a lot going on. It is a lot going on, ladies and gentlemen. How you ask somebody where they're from, they get mad. Well, that shows how ashamed they are of their homeland. That's bad. You're that ashamed of your homeland? That is very, very bad. All right. Let's get some people in here.
They'll tell us that we don't have any culture, but they cannot say what their culture is. And it's all because they're trying to steal our culture. They'll say their culture is our culture and that we don't have culture. And everything that they do, the way they dress, the way they dress, the jewelry that they pick, that they choose, their slang, everything. All us, but we don't have culture.
All right, let's get some people in here. All right. Oh yeah, she had a head on her. Yeah, she had a head on her. All right. Let's see who we got. Was she Haitian? Or who was Haitian? Oh, that dude was Haitian? Okay, yeah. That's why he felt a certain way. Yeah.
I mean, staying consistent with the title of Tariq's, stream. Haitian woman said Black Americans are dirty. And it's like, what kind of arrogance you have to have. Why would you come here to the United States? Or even if you're saying it from Haiti, you are a Haitian and you have the audacity to say a Black American is dirty. Where in Haiti, besides where those white folks are living at, is clean? Clean to their standard, not to mine necessarily, but to their standard. But to come over here and refer to a Black American as dirty, our dusties are cleaner than them.
I'm talking about you love everybody and Y'all come from places where everybody's bopping each other upside the head. The hell out of here. Let me see who we got. Boy, yeah, these tethers are so mad that we are delineating. Yeah, I saw Adonis got into a fight somewhere. Yeah, I saw Brother Adonis.
One thing we got to understand also, it is hate for our people, in particular Black Americans, all over. And they hate to see one of us successful. And they'll try to push buttons and try to draw us into some type of physical conflict, probably to sue you or get you arrested. But you know, the thing with I seen the video with Adonis, I don't say I would have handled that any different, except, you know, the beatdown probably would have been worse. That's about it. Adonis just you know, put the dude to sleep. But somebody spit on you, oh, you spit on me, that would be a situation. Whatever I do would be permanent. It would be permanent. Whatever I do to you, if you spit on me, gonna be permanent.
Adonis got into a fight somewhere. Okay, this lady, okay, she keeps pushing the button. Okay, hold on. Let me tell this. Oh, okay, he's catfishing. Okay.
Brother, one better, please.
Okay, man. Bro.
Brother, you want better?
Okay. He had a picture of a woman. I'm like, why does she keep coming up and it's his ass? Okay. Good freaking grief, man. Good Lord. All right, let's see who we got. All right. Y'all come on in the room. Respect to the family. Respect to you guys.
Move on from this video and go to the next video. Staying consistent with the importance of delineation. We have to strengthen our delineation. Up the ante.
Boy, obviously there was a very blatant and obvious reaction to the snippet after you posted it. A lot of people felt as if it maybe had a lot of Black American influences.
Right.
And your whole career.
Like all of their careers. Burna Boy, Busta Rhymes. Busta Rhymes, I know the history of Busta Rhymes. I know Busta Rhymes. Busta Rhymes, he was in a nation of gods and earth. 5%er. He's a 5%er. And when Busta Rhymes was with leader of the new school, turned out to be leader of the new damn fools, he wasn't representing any type of Caribbean, Jamaican culture. He was not representing that. The most Busta Rhymes was representing as far as Jamaican, where he had dreads, but all the shit, Tretch had dreads. Yeah, braids and dreads and shit. So many brothers and sisters had dreads. But Busta Rhymes was not representing Jamaican or Caribbean culture. The very first time I heard Busta Rhymes speak in that dialect was in like 1995 when he did the song with KRS-One called Build Your Skills. It was the first time I heard him speak like that. And I didn't even know Busta Rhymes was Jamaican and been around him because he never used that dialect. Never.
You've always preached unity and bringing Black people together, and everybody says that you once said or alluded to Black Americans not having any culture. So they were like, well, wait a second. Why is he wearing shoes that look like Tim's and sampling an American song if Black Americans have no culture?
Salute to my brother Milestone Thoughts. Salute to you, my brother. Salute. Thanks for tapping in.
Culture.
Like, I'm really glad you asked that question because it's like, yeah, like people is really stupid. Like, I don't really look at none of that. People that say they have their own agendas. My mission is to bring us together, you know what I mean? My mission is to build a bridge that can't be broken.
If that's your mission, to build a bridge that can't be broken, You can't go around saying that our people have no culture. That's not going to build the bridge. That's going to burn the bridge that you're on that you didn't build. The bridge was built by us. What you going to do? Cross the bridge and burn it down so nobody else can come across it? That's what you're going to do? To say we don't have culture, that's not going to cause any type of camaraderie with us. It's not. It's going to cause dissension because, for one, you're in our culture. And to say that we don't have culture is to suggest that our culture is your culture. That's wrong.
Okay. So at the end of the day, there's always going to be a section where it's like they need more attention, and you need to teach, you need to let them know, understand more, like they need more education.
We're going to move on from Burner Boy.
Black person, a black person that's a stranger to me in the mall, Walmart, Target. I prefer Target, but let's say I go to Target and I meet a black person. I say, hey, you heard of LBA? He like, yeah, I heard of LBA. Da 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 da. Hey, is your family black natives to this land? Yeah, man, my grandma's a black. They know this is outside of the internet. I'm telling you, this is outside the internet. Listen, there are people on this app that's getting paid to discredit FBAs or black Indians and stuff like that. That's why you see a lot of people disrespect us in the way talking about we a hate group, we xenophobic, we all these things. We all these things, but they keep harping it and they just crashing out even more because they can't wiggle out of it. These tethers are crashing out.
They are really showing their true colors and how they feel about us. First, they were hiding it, and being that we're not resourceful and they're not able to use us in their agendas, and they're not able to tether off us, they're showing their true feelings for us now. Because of it, because we're delineating, they're showing their true feelings for us.
These Africans are crashing out. Even these Caribbeans are crashing out right now. They are crashing out. They don't know what to do now. They never had to stand on their own 10 toes in America before. They keep calling us MAGA. They keep calling us, oh, we want to be close to the white man. Nah, they want to be close to the white man. That's why they flee over here so they can be close to white mommy.
And they've always, again, aligned themselves, the brothers on point. They always aligned themselves with those who they perceive with winning. They always wanted to cozy up to the white man. When we were the ones who fought the fight that allowed them to come here. They came and they ran right into their embrace instead of to us. But they'll get around us and use brother man, my sister this, my brother that. All the while, their agenda is to cozy up to other people. And because we found out and we're delineating and we're going accordingly and the delineation is strengthening, it's overwhelming to them. Because no matter what they say, we're delineating. And if there's ever going to be anything, it's going to have to be initiated by them. We're done with that. We're done with it.
Me and white daddy. Does it make sense for me to go to a place where the person that destroyed my house is living over here, and I'm gonna leave my house that you destroyed to come to your house, to the abuser house? These people want to be close to white mommy and white daddy. Black Americans, we really don't want to be around them like that. You know what I'm saying? We cool with being segregated. We just want y'all to leave us alone.
Exactly.
You know, that's why you have terms like Karen, terms that we have made up against those people, because those people be always in our business.
I don't mind being separated with all the necessary resources to suffice myself and my people. I don't mind being separated. I don't believe in taking from people things that they've earned, and I'm not going to allow you to take what myself and my people earned. I don't mind being separate, but you got your thing and I got mine. I don't mind that. I don't care about cozying up to nobody. I don't care if I don't walk, if I'm traveling somewhere, I don't see nobody but my people, I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
I'm sorry. They always be in our mix. If 6 of my partners, we sitting on the corner somewhere just chilling in the white area, white people gonna stop and ask what's going on. White people gonna call the police. White people gonna say, hey, you can't stand here. Like, nigga, there's a public sidewalk. Nigga, we can stay wherever we want to. These tethers want to be close to white people.
Absolutely.
They keep saying we have white supremacist talking points. We Trump supporters. No. We just delineate.
That's a bunch of nonsense. They're going to say we have white supremacist talking points when they use the same exact talking points and the mockery that they use against us. I forgot what platform it was. I think it was Brother Tariq. The guy made mockery of the dogs being sicked on the youth. It was Tariq, the youth. And the water hose being put on our people. They actually made mockery of that. But they want us to cozy up to them. That's a camaraderie. That's the black and brown coalition that they have. They always prove that was some type of farce. The black and brown coalition. They prove that's not real. Every single day, they prove that's not real. Now, I'm gonna go back a few months ago. They have white supremacist gangs and units on the police force that are Hispanic. Again, the Proud Boys is ran by one of them. And then if you run into an African or a Haitian cop, if you run into an African security guard, my God, you're going to catch it with this dude. I mean, let me tell you, when you give them some type of authority, I'm coming out to Walmart and they want to check your receipt. You don't spend hundreds of dollars in there. They want to check your goddamn receipt when you're leaving. And these Africans will grab your receipt and he's looking in your car. He want to check every goddamn thing. I snatched my damn receipt and left the store. Give me my damn receipt. I'm not going to stand here. You're going to create a line going out the damn store. Give me my damn receipt.
Hey, and don't let, I'm going to keep saying this. Y'all know I sound like I always repeat myself a lot in my videos, but I just like to remind y'all, don't let these people gaslight y'all, bro. Don't let these people gaslight y'all at all with this FAAA. That's just being disingenuous. They ain't going to do nothing, because guess what? We're going to run over there too. We're going to run over there. They ain't going to last long. They ain't going to last. We too strong out here.
FAA is just like, even though I rock with the sentiment, but I don't rock with the organization. When our people started saying Black Lives Matter and the police, after killing our people, they come up with Blue Lives Matter as opposition. There's nothing but opposition at FAA. And it might get sued for it because FAA means something else. Got to deal with airplanes and taking a flight. So they might get sued for the FAA because that means something already. FBA is foundational Black Americans, but FAA is some aviation stuff. So they might have to change that.
It is too strong out here. We making too much progress. We making waves out here. We shaking tables out here. I don't care. I heard I was listening to this podcast. We are responsible for the deportations. We're responsible for the Democratic Party crashing out. We even responsible for the 14th Amendment. We're responsible for a lot of things that's happening out here. And a lot of these tethers is not feeling it, bro. A lot of these immigrants are not feeling it, bro. A lot of these Democrat supporters are not feeling it, bro. And I'm not a MAGA, Trump, Republican supporter, but I do love what he's doing with this immigration shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. And guess what? Once again, Black people, we cannot be deported. I love y'all, though.
Please explain to me how a feature can be African American, not African. Explain to me features that African Americans have that Africans don't have. Explain to me features that Africans have that African Americans don't.
That's easy. The only thing that makes us look similar. And that's only similar. It's our skin color. That's it. But you don't look, I could distinguish you, young lady, from an American black woman. I can distinguish you, the shape of your head, your cheekbones. I could distinguish you. That's easy.
Don't have. You guys keep proving my point right. The scary thing is people don't see that they're doing it. What is an African American feature that Africans don't have? What is an African feature that Black Americans cannot have? We are all the same diaspora. We all have similar features. Of course, there are over 2,000 tribes in Africa that are different phenotypically. However, that's my point. That Black.
Her eyes are huge. She has avatar eyes first. Okay. He has an avatar forehead. Well, it's more like an 8 head. Secondly, so and her cheekbones is right under her eyes, so I can easily distinguish her from a Black American woman. She don't look nowhere near similar to a Black American woman. She don't.
Back from the diaspora, we all share features. You're mad about models with African features being pedestalized, and when you're a Black American, what are you actually mad about?
Greetings, my sister, Mama Chief. Thanks for tapping in.
What are you actually mad about?
If you're African American, to the front, I got something to say. So last year, Kaisa and I made a video about African Americans saying that y'all are just Black, y'all got no culture, I'm not Jamaican, y'all not Trini, I'm not Cuban, y'all just Black American. And that video resurfaced this year as he was just at the BET Award, Black Entertainment Television. Right now, a lot of African Americans are upset by that, and here's what I have to say as a Haitian girl. I was born and raised in Haiti. I moved here when I was 11. I remember from my earliest days wanting to be an American girlie. No, it wasn't the whites, it was definitely the Black. When I finally moved to America at 11, I was just like a kid in a candy store. One thing I noticed in school, the school that I went to in Georgia, all the African American kids were so cool. Not only were they so cool, but they weren't to be fucked with. I owe a large amount of the confidence to stand up for myself from African American. The African Americans didn't let nobody bully them. Do you understand? And they gave me the cojones to stand up for myself. Not only that, but I also thought that the way that they dressed, the way that they did their hair was just so different and so beautiful. I wanted to do my hair like that. Hold on. I wanted to dress like an African American too, because let's not act like it's not a thing. It is. And when I learned English, discovered AAVE from standard English, which that's another video for another day, because I learned standard English and then I got thrown in the hood and people were saying things like finna. I'm like, what the fuck, finna? But it was instant for me. I sound stupid as fuck talking in AAVE. But the people who do it, y'all just made English sound sexy. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I'm finna go to the stuff. I'm not American, so my AAVE don't AAVE. I can literally stand there and listen to a Black American talk all day, especially when they're going off. I don't give a fuck about shit. Like, yes, sis, you tell them. Put belt to ass. And then rhythm and fucking blues. Come on now. And I am so ashamed to say this, but because I spent a lot of my time wanting to be a part of American culture, I grew to like American music more than I did my own. And I'm so ashamed to say it. Now it's like a little bit more evened out. But I love rap. I be listening to Gunman Tune, and I listen to Sexy Red, I listen to Mariah Carey during Christmas, even the vagabond stuff, like I don't know. Like the things that people consider ghetto or ratchet, I'm just like I don't know. I love the ghetto shit. I love me, my unapologetically Black people. And also soul food, that should honestly speak for itself. African Americans created and carried the culture in America. And not only have they done that successfully, but they went fucking viral doing it.
I'm glad she recognized the damn truth.
Watching Young, Famous, and African, and I'd be like, yo, with the budget that y'all have, there's no way y'all wigs is still looking like this in 2025. Somebody get an American on set. I don't feel the same way as Kai as a fellow Caribbean girly. A lot of us don't feel like that. I really wanted to take this time to big up my African American. As I'm sitting here in Black people's America, I don't think my existence here would be possible if it wasn't for all the work that you guys and your ancestors have been doing. So hats off to my African Americans. Anyway, be kind to one another from your favorite Haitian homegirl.
Black Americans are beginning to use racism in the same way that Zionists use anti-Semitism, right? You have minority.
They just cannot get over that we are delineating, to the point that they're calling us Zionist, they're calling us racist, they're calling us xenophobic, they're calling us divisive, all because we decide that we are not getting involved in their struggles. and we're delineating. They just can't. They just can't fathom it.
Groups in the same way a minority group, the Jewish community, weaponized anti-Semitism to push supremacist talking points to the detriment of other people. You have the Black American community pushing supremacist talking points to the detriment of everybody who's not Black American. So I say this. I'm treating it like white supremacist talking points. I'm treating it like Zionism. Just because you're a minority doesn't mean that that shit's okay. And so I'm treating the FBAs and people who push that shit accordingly. If we're your enemy, you're my enemy. You're our enemy. And I encourage the immigrant, African, Caribbean, Palestinian, Arab, etc. community to do the same.
What the hell is wrong with these entitled Africans and Caribbeans and immigrants that think that they are Black? You are African. You are Caribbean.
They come here and they tell us they're not Black. They will tell us they're not Black when they win an award. They represent their ethnicity, not when they win an award and receive accolades from us. If they win anything from white folks, they win an Emmy, they win an Oscar, they win a Grammy, or any accolades, any award from white folks, they delineate and they distinguish themselves from us. All of a sudden, they're from Grenada, they're from the Dominican Republic, they're from any country in Africa, Nigeria, the Congo, they're from Sierra Leone. I'm the first Sierra Leonean to win an Oscar. I'm the first whatever, but the crazy part is a lot of them are playing us. You got immigrants playing Harriet Tubman. You got immigrants playing Dr. King. Immigrants. They play us. Had an immigrant that played Fred Hampton. An immigrant played Fred Hampton. But if that, I don't know if that immigrant won an award for playing Fred Hampton, playing one of the greatest Black American heroes. I don't know if he won an award for playing Fred Hampton, but I'm sure if he did, he'll say he the first wherever he's from. He's not from here. I don't know where he's from, but I know he's not a Black American, the man who played Fred Hampton, the great American hero.
Just like we are American. Did you know that 92% of Black people's blood in America is Native? That means it's only 8% African American blood up in this bitch.
Because that's the percentage of people who were brought here. That's why. The rest are indigenous and native to this land. I mean, original to this land, aboriginal to this land. That's a percentage.
You don't run shit. You didn't teach us nothing. We're not the evolution of you motherfuckers. Y'all have not evolutionized yet. All you did was come over here and start acting like us. Why don't you go home and figure out what the fuck is going on at your house and get that shit together and do all the shit that you spew in your little open, wide mouth about us not doing in America? Why don't you do that at home? You don't do shit at home, but get told to get the fuck on and can't do nothing. You barely can eat at the house, but you bring your ass over here and you enjoy being a Black American and you ain't Black shit. You're African, and I'm not African shit.
They come over here and they enjoy everything that we have fought for. That's what they do. Everyone who come here, they come here and they enjoy everything that we have fought for. And they do it condescendingly, arrogantly, and ungratefully.
I'm American. I'm full-blooded American. I ain't got nothing to do with you. I'm American. We different. We not the same. You're an immigrant. I am not that. Marcus Garvey tried to disenfranchise us in 1920, called it Go Back to Africa, where we not from. You know who he was in cahoots with, where he got the money from for that bullshit? Democrats. Jesse Jackson ass tried to give up our rights to this whole land by calling us some damn African Americans. And like I said, 92% of our blood don't even have African in it. So fuck him too, Democrat. Oh, and this last final boss, evil bullshit that they pulled about this dual citizenship with Ghana, the same Ghana that sold your ass.
I'm gonna say Jesse Jackson did a lot of damage with that foolishness. That's something that I never liked, the term African American. I never called myself that. I am actually older than that term. I was a grown man when that term was implemented. And all of a sudden you start seeing that on applications, you start seeing that on paperwork. African American. I never liked it. Jesse Jackson did us a total disservice with the term African American. First, it doesn't even give us a country. Don't even give us a country. That's why it sounds so stupid when people tell us to go back to Africa but can't give us a location in Africa. No country. No Sierra Leone. No Nigeria. No Liberia, which is younger than me. A lot of these countries were established in my damn lifetime. So how the hell am I that? I can't be that if I'm older than that. Just crazy. They be sounding real stupid talking that nonsense.
Ass into slavery, they're gonna get money from your investments for going back. You dummies.
You just engagement farming. Man, I was already turning crops over on this old content farm before I ever mentioned something about y'all. You feel me? They're gonna piss me off on Twitter. I'm talking about I'm ready to illustrate the reason why I'm a Hall of Fame college policy debater. I'm trying to have set speech times too. I don't want to yell and know with nobody. When you talking, I ain't gonna speak over you, I ain't gonna speak to you. When I'm talking, ask for the same thing. You feel me? Which one of you FBA warriors want it, man? I'm talking about I got time. I'm a proud descendant of African slaves. I was born here in America, goddamn. My people raised the land here in America, but I do not agree with the ideology of FBA. You feel me? I think they are. As a matter of fact, my argument is FBA is white nationalism and blackface. You feel me? And my link argument to be able to make that is they pick up on shit like the Great Replacement theory that was manufactured by white supremacists saying the illegals is coming to replace us. How come y'all never got this beef towards the individuals that's giving the illegal?
I have that smoke for the original tether. I could beat this dude in no limit of time because I have the smoke for the original tether. I know who the original tether is. Just because you can identify one enemy, that don't mean you shouldn't identify all enemies. We have enemies, internal and external. It'd be so easy to beat this dude in a debate. Easy to beat him in a debate about FBA. FBA cannot be put or referred to as white supremacists in blackface. Cannot be, because we're delineating and we are distinguishing ourselves from other people. No, to delineate is to distinguish ourselves. Because again, he'll fall for the trick bag. He'll fall for that trick bag. Starting with black and end up, being people of color and then minority. We have to describe. It's the action of describing or portraying something precisely. That's what a delineation is. We want to be described and portrayed precisely of who we are. The action of indicating the exact position of a border or boundary. No, we are this people. They are that people. The act of outlining or representing something with lines or words, example, the delineation of a scene. No, we're not going to the scene. We're leaving the scene. We're not getting involved. To be delineated means something has to be clearly outlined, described, or represented, often with precision, either by drawing lines, literally or metaphorically, or by defining features, boundaries, or steps in detail, making it easy to understand. That's what delineation is. We are this, we're not that. You're not going to come and try to be us. You're not going to replace us. You're damn right. It's not a theory when that shit is happening.
Illegals, quote unquote, your job.
The FBA people, I'm starting to think y'all are psychotic because y'all are also Trump supporters and Trump voters too. Because he's telling me that I don't look Black American. I am African, even though I'm telling him that I am Black American, African American. My grandparents go back multiple generations, were here. My grandmother said that we were Blackfoot Indian. However, when I did my ancestry DNA results, no native anything came up in my blood. I have 4% of Irish and Italian mixed together, and I'm happy about that. So that means the women in my family was not raped repeatedly over multiple generations. So I am proudly a dark-skinned African-American woman. I am a descendant of slaves. You cannot be that, but I am. You do not tell me what and who I am. Y'all are insane. And so you mentioned I had on a filter. Okay, so the filter is off. Now what?
And the FBAs are so delusional that as soon as you don't agree with them and you're dark skinned as an African American, you're a tether. Now I'm cosplaying. Now I'm forcing my Chicago accent. Can you tell that to my ancestors that was enslaved in Mississippi? Or can you tell that to my great granddaddy who fled Tennessee with all of his siblings to Chicago because he unalived the white G-man that was trying to dangle them from trees? Or what about my
That has nothing to do with whether or not you are FBA or you were slaves. A lot of us went from the South to the North because of violence. A lot of us did that. Not my family. My family came up here because of work in the 60s, the year I was born. My whole entire family, not my whole family, but my mother and my father and brothers and sisters on both of their side. My mother's brothers and sisters, well, brothers, and my father's brothers and sisters, they all came up here to New Jersey. But guess what? In the mid-'80s, most of them went right back to Georgia. Most of them. Back to the same land they left. Because we kept it and maintained it. Back to the same land they left. You ever heard of people owning property in multiple areas? White folks is not the only people who can do like the birds and fly south for the down winter. We can do that too. We can do that.
What about my grandparents that were Black Panthers? I'm not a tether, and I wasn't born on the continent of Africa. I just don't agree with your xenophobic bullshit because the same people calling African people tethers and calling them African booty.
It's because this young lady is indoctrinated with the Back to Africa curriculum. She's indoctrinated with that, with the curriculum. She believes what was taught to her in school. She believes what McGraw-Hill taught her. She believes that. But she called FBA delusional. When she believed in the curriculum that was given to our people to take us off our land and put us somewhere we've never down been. But she called us delusional. Young lady, read something besides what your open and consistent enemy give you, because a man that don't treat you right was not going to teach you right. Understand that, young lady.
Booty scratchers called me the same shit in 3rd grade because of my skin tone and my facial features. I'm sorry my great-great-grandmother did not get SA by the slave masters, I guess.
And not only that, just because someone is from somewhere else, it doesn't make them a tether. It's a tether class of people. When you undermine our efforts, you disrespect us, and you use us, behaving like you're a brother or sister to ours, when all you're doing is tethering, getting from us, and not giving to us. That's what a tether is by definition. That's what a tether is by definition. Someone who takes and don't damn give. That's what a tether is by definition.
I'm sorry that when you look at me, you're reminded of your West African roots, but I can't help that. I'm still African American and I still disagree.
If you're African American, if you're Black American, whatever you want to be called, and you promote the FBA, the hey, I'm Native American, I'm Indigenous American. If you promote that rhetoric, right, you are quite literally of the devil. Like, I promise you, I believe if the devil was real, if he was right here in front of me right now, he would be telling me, oh my God, you're better than them. You're not like those Black people. Even though we quite literally come from there. My people from Mississippi, right? Then they went to Ohio. My grandfather joined the military, and now we're here in Nashville. But like, I'm African American, you know what I'm saying? Like, born here, right?
I guarantee you, if he asks any of his people, about slavery, they're not going to be able to tell him a damn thing about slavery. But he's believing that narrative. If he go ask any of his people, he looked relatively young, so his grandparents is probably a little older than I am, depending on how they have children. He looks relatively young. I'm quite sure I have children 10, 15, probably 20 years older than he is. He can't go to nobody and they can tell him about some damn slavery. He can't. Even if he go to the eldest person in this damn family, they're not going to be able to tell him about no damn slavery.
Race and everything. But I know, like, quite literally, anthropology, empirical evidence, every single thing, every historian, everybody agrees. There's so much proof that my people came from West Africa. And they were there for tens of thousands of years, right? Like, my people.
Now, which is real dumb, because history, American history, as taught to us in the United States Board of Education curriculum, all of that, every last bit of it is just an agreed upon lie. This guy just used the word, they agree. American history, as taught by the curriculum of the Board of Education, is an agreed upon lie. That's what history is. They just all agree, okay, this is what we're going to push as the history. This we're going to put as the history of Black Americans. This is their history. Their history is going to start with a damn boat ride. And I'm going to go out on a limb to say that our history predates us, predates the United States of America. Our history don't even start here. Not being the original man and woman of the earth. No, it doesn't. It can't. But if we're going to narrow it down, it's right here in the good old USA. If we're going to narrow it down. Our history goes all the way back to the beginning. If you want to be not necessarily technical, if you're going to be truthful. It goes all the way back to the beginning. But our ethnicity is here. But this young man just believes what he was taught in the American schools. He's indoctrinated.
People built up this country. This country still hates me, right? I'm not finna ever go against my brothers and sisters in Africa to be on the white man's side. Like, people who promote FBA, Black conservatism, are quite literally perpetuating capitalist, white supremacist ideology, white supremacist rhetoric, right? That I'm better, that separatist, the sectarian belief system that comes with that FBA stuff.
Other ethnic groups separated themselves from us far long before we decided that we're going to delineate. Delineation among our people is something spanking brand damn new. Spanking brand new. And the guilt trip is not going to work. It's not going to work. It's about damn time. we realize who our enemies are, foreign and domestic. It's about damn time. This young man, he just believed what he was taught. And he's using the same deceptive intelligence and guilt trip and talking points that he's saying we're using. He's using it while saying we're using it. People show us disdain, and because we check them on it, and we're actually going accordingly to their disdain. Why would we be among people who show us and would tell us that they have disdain for us? If you scroll on any social media platform, you will see these spaces, you see these platforms where they're doing nothing but showing and speaking of the disdain they have for our people. But we're supposed to give them love as a result of what they're saying about us and how they feel about us. No, we're not doing that. Peace to my sister Sharon Walker. Thanks for tapping in.
It's so weird. I promise you, it's the most counterproductive, the most reactionary stuff I've ever seen in my life. Like, I promise you, if the devil's real, he'd be right in front of me telling me to believe in what y'all believe in. It's so sad, man. Black people need to do better.
Peace, family. I don't get the FBA movement. I love my people, and I get that we are foundational Black Americans, but that doesn't squeeze out the African in me. Like, what? So correct me if I'm wrong. Y'all believe
This lady is far from African as the damn sun is from the planet Earth.
that y'all are African? So our ancestors were lying? You're telling me that the scholars,
Your ancestors wasn't lying. The ones who taught you in your public school were lying. Your ancestors have nothing to do with what you was taught. Absolutely nothing. Yes, they all told a damn lie.
our people who did the work, who went to Africa, who sat with scholars, who listened to.
Let me tell you something. African studies is the most non-productive thing you can ever do as far as education. You can't do nothing with African studies besides teach it to somebody else. What you gonna accomplish with African studies besides teaching it to somebody else? Oswald Kwesi and none of those cats can't teach John Henry Clark and none of those and Dr. Ben. They can't do nothing with that, what they learn in African studies besides teach it to somebody else. You can't even suffice your damn family, which is why they die poor. Which is why they die poor. You can't even suffice your family with that.
Whoever did the research, went to the universities. The people who did the work and educated us about where we came from, they were lying. Our ancestors. My great-great-grandmother lied.
Your great-great-grandmother must have been a white man then. Because I guarantee if she go to her relatives and talk to her relative as far as she can go back, they're not going to tell her nothing about Africa. Absolutely nothing about Africa.
My great-grandmother lied. Y'all, the proof is in the pudding. Everything about us is African. So I don't understand this whole movement.
Wow.
And then some of y'all be saying that people like me are traitors. I don't understand that either, because why?
I'm not saying you're a traitor, sister, but I'm going to tell you this. You're indoctrinated and you are uninformed. I'm going to say that because you just don't know. So I can't call you a traitor because you don't know. You just don't know.
I just feel like it's just too much division. At the end of the day, we in the same boat. It don't matter what you call yourself.
There's nothing wrong with division. Any and everything that's not good for you you need to have it from among you. Even if that's a damn relative of yours, family member. So there's nothing wrong with division if something's not good for you or beneficial to you. You don't have to be around anything that's not beneficial or good for you. Who says you got to do that?
It don't matter what you call yourself. At the end of the day, we are in the same boat. And I feel like the FBA movement is causing more division. I really do feel that, because especially how
Division that we need. Because until people give us the same energy that we've been giving those who we consider our brothers and sisters, again, we are the only ones who honored this so-called alignment that we had with other people. We really thought that we was among our brothers and sisters, but they all the time they had disdain for us. They hated us. All those ethnic groups that we called our brothers and sisters, from the Latinos, Hispanics, Africans, Caribbeans, they all had disdain for us, and they all used they all use white supremacist talking points towards us. We're lazy. We don't work hard. With every white supremacist talking point that they use, all these other ethnicities use towards us. And because we decide recently, very recently, that we're going to delineate, we're the ones who's xenophobic and divisive.
how rah a lot of y'all are. A lot of y'all are just, I mean, if I post anything on Africa, it's somebody from the FBA movement. We're not African. Rah. Nobody asked you that. I don't even care what you think, and you don't have to come to Africa. Like, for real. You probably wouldn't last 5 minutes there anyway. So people,
I damn sure wouldn't last with no unpaved roads. I know, because I like to keep my car clean.
have said that people that go to Africa have no identity. And to some degree, I do get that, because it's like, I hear, especially the youth, I hear a lot of the youth that we don't have culture. And I'm like, why are y'all repeating what white people say? Why are y'all repeating what these immigrants say? You don't know who you are? That's not, we talking about the children.
And it's the immigrants who are saying she don't even know where she stand. It's the immigrants who are saying that we have no culture here in America as Black Americans. It's the immigrants who are saying that. It's why. It's the old OJ song again. They smile in your face, call you brother and sister all the time. They want to take your place. They're backstabbers, period.
So that's their elders' fault, because I know who I am. I don't get it. Y'all lost me with that, for real. And there's nothing wrong going back to Africa.
I guarantee you, if she go to Africa, I'm gonna tell you, I don't have any aspirations of going to Africa. I don't. I just don't. I love animals and stuff, but I can go exit 7A on the New Jersey Turnpike, and there's a safari right there in New Jersey. I can go see, if I want to see any animal that they have in Africa, I can go right to the safari at Great Adventures, Six Flags. I could go drive through the safari and see every animal that they'll have in Africa. I can go there and see it. I don't have to travel 9,000 miles to do that.
There's nothing wrong connecting with people in Africa.
And you're damn sure gonna see you as a damn victim when you do. Once they find out you're America, you from America, they're going to try to scam you. They're going to try to scam you. It's a sister that's from there who went there. She was born here, but her family's from there. She went there and they scammed the hell out of her. They scammed her. And the biggest scammers here in the United States are Africans. They do the home scams. They'll take somebody's ad and repost it as their ad, and they'll scam you for your money, have you doing down payments on getting an apartment. You send them the money and you don't get the apartment because it's not their damn apartment. They do those type of scams. They do car loan scams. They do all kinds of scams here in New Jersey.
Africa. There's nothing wrong with that. So I don't get y'all fight. help me understand. Some of y'all was just Pan-African last week, and because the Africans said they don't like you, now you're not Pan-African? I don't understand that. People not gonna like your black ass. You
She just straight up light skin ignorant, boy. I swear. I mean, move from along for her. She getting on my damn nerves.
without us, even
Straight
in our
high
own
yellow,
schools,
high yellow.
they are outnumbering us.
This high yellow ignorance.
It's gonna be in the land, and that's gonna.
We don't need to be fighting them for their culture, for their history. We're not. Those are not our people. Okay.
Let me get this brother from the beginning, because the high yellow sister got on my nerves.
We have people from the Native or Indigenous American community. They on this app. They calling you guys out. I'm calling you guys out. Okay. I understand that we have a long, twisted history, but I'm here to tell you that we are not them. Okay. Now, if we want to get technical on the verbiage, okay, let's get technical on the verbiage. Are FBA, Black Americans, native to the land of America? Yes. Are we native to the concept of what America is? Yes. But that's it. We're not Indians. We weren't running around here with feathers. We're not. Those are not our people. Okay. This is two different races. Did some runaway slaves and some freedmen intermingle and intertwine with them? Yes, some. So that means there's a couple of them running around. But for the most part, can we please stop trying to claim that we are indigenous Indians? Let them people have their own culture. What you're doing is this. The actual Black Indians, the Yamasi tribe, you take away the validity from their argument, because your black ass is claiming to be Indian, and we can clearly see that you're not. Okay? You can click. Imagine if I was claiming to be Indian. I'm a Black American. Okay? We mixed with a bunch of different stuff. All right? But how crazy would it look if I'm claiming to be an indigenous Indian? It's ridiculous. They know it's ridiculous, and other blacks know it's ridiculous. So let them people have their own culture, right? We don't need to be fighting them for their culture, for their history. We have our own history. We have our own culture. We've done great things. Let's be proud of who we are, Black Americans.
As an African living in the United States, I used to share the same sentiment that Africans share about African Americans, because I had a hard time when I first moved here. People used to always tell me, you're not Black enough, you're an Oreo, you're secretly white on the inside, as if I wasn't literally from Africa. But I now understand, after living here for 8 years, that Black in the United States is a very specific criteria, and anything outside of that just doesn't fit. But I want to help African Americans understand that Africans coming to the United States are immigrants, first and foremost. Then they are Nigerian or Senegalese or whatever country they're from. And then at some point, they are Black. But Africans don't put Black high up on their identity well, as much as African Americans do. And that is for legitimate reasons on both ends. And so when an African is coming to the United States, they're thinking to themselves, okay, I'm an immigrant here. I have to do my best for myself and my family back home. The sacrifices that took for me to get here were no light work. Okay, so I need to really align myself with what's going to make me successful in this country.
The sacrifices that we have made that allowed you to come here were no light work. The sacrifices that you made in comparison to the sacrifices that we made are minute, damn near non-existent. So we don't need to hear about your sacrifices. We fought the fight that allowed you to come here. You should be thanking us.
Country. And because it's the United States, it's the dominant culture, which is white American culture. And so Africans are going to instinctively ally themselves with the.
And that's exactly what they do. They align themselves, just like I said, they'll go to who they can perceive as winning or the more successful people. They align themselves with the white people. And at least she's keeping it real. At least she's keeping it real. Let me run that back so it can be heard in totality.
And so when an African is coming to the United States, they're thinking to themselves, okay, I'm an immigrant here. I have to do my best for myself and my family back home. The sacrifices that took for me to get here were no light work. Okay, so I need to really align myself with what's going to make me successful in this country. And because it's the United States, it's the dominant culture, which is white American culture. And so Africans are going to instinctively ally themselves with the culture that's going to give them the most success. I mean, African Americans even admit that they have to code switch to be successful here, because that's what brings success. And so Africans are like, all right, we'll do that. And it also doesn't help that for a long time, Africans are fed a very negative view of Black American culture, and that's its own propaganda. But because Africans are so conservative and they're coming to a country where Black Americans have been labeled as the antithesis to this conservative traditional family values, they have, if anything, more in common with like Southern Baptist, white, racist people. But that aside, going back to identity markers, Black Americans put Black first and foremost, and then everything else goes below it. And so they're thinking when another Black people come to our country, they're going to want to integrate with us, the other Black people, because duh, Black comes first. And
they will align themselves with us. They will align themselves. That means be seen with us if they want something from us. They will align themselves from us. They will align themselves with our culture if they want something from us. But as soon as they get what they want, that's when they'll switch. They will code switch and go to the ethnicity.
Quickly disappointed in realizing that for Africans, Black and the identity and that is not first. Their immigrant identity comes first, and then their country. And if anything, for us as Africans to feel like that's my brother, that's my brethren, or whatever, you have to come from the same tribe as us, because we have so many Black people around. We don't automatically pre-select for Black. But Black Americans don't have so many Black people around, have had to defend and protect their.
So why do they expect us to not delineate from them when that's the first thing they do when they arrive to the United States? They distinguish themselves and they delineate. So what's wrong with we delineating? I'm not understanding that.
Their culture amidst a dominant white culture. And so they already pre-select and are overprotective for Black. And so that's why I think at the core of it, there's like a deep misunderstanding because of not realizing that we put where we put our identity markers and what we put first and what we prioritize are so different culturally because of our differences in trauma, realistically. And so it does make sense that Black Americans will be like, oh, my people, my brethren come here, and African Americans or Africans, coming to the United States are like, I'm just trying to make it here. Like, it's a lot of work to immigrate to the United States. And
she just given us all the reasons. She's given us all the reasons of why we should delineate. She gave us all the reasons of why we should delineate. This young lady right here.
So y'all can stay over there, and I can see why it's hurtful, and I can see why it's taken personally, and I can see the deep misunderstanding and the betrayal that African Americans feel. But it's unfortunate, and that's just a reality. But if we can talk about it from this perspective, I think we can get to a better understanding. But I also believe that Africans that spend enough time in the United States get to this compassion and understanding of the Black American community, because it is a very unique and specific set of circumstances for a culture to grow and to develop.
The Black Americans saying that they're sitting out these protests because this won't affect them and other communities don't help us are just as ignorant as Latinos for Trump saying that this is only going to hurt the illegals. Y'all don't care about your community. Y'all don't care about progress. Y'all don't care about liberation. Y'all just want to be white people. Y'all just want to subjugate another group. Anybody that actually cares about the Black community and civil rights movements understands that the fight for liberation has always been multicultural. You had Mexicans hiding slaves on the Underground Railroad. You had Asians, Chicanos, the ground.
Mexican wasn't hiding no damn body. This dude here is just straight up out lying. That's this one cat I can't listen to. He gonna outright lie and say Mexicans was hiding Black people. Get up out of here.
You are not a monolith. You don't have to like every Mexican to stand against injustice. Same with the Black community. I don't like a lot of you niggas, but I still stand against injustice and systemic racism.
I don't think we should start the dysphoria war that there's a phonetical difference between African Americans and Africans. I don't think we should start that. I don't think we should.
Bye.
All of you look Black. You just look Black. They don't give a fuck if you're Somali. They don't give a fuck if you're Ghanaian. They don't give a fuck if you're African American. All they gonna say when they start rounding all y'all Black asses up is, that's a nigger. That's a nigger.
And that's a damn dummy.
Okay, so I wanted to talk about the rise of the FBA movement / the anti-Black immigrant sentiment that I've seen lately on social media. Now I'm not too sure where this came from.
See, that's the thing. They'll never come and say the anti-Black American propaganda that's being spreaded throughout these social media platforms. They'll never come up and talk about that. You got very few that'll come and talk about that. But they'll always say what we've done in opposition and countering what they do and what they say. They don't like to be counterpunched. They'll throw a punch and we slip and we counter when we catch them. They call that foul when they threw the first punch. You throw a punch at somebody, they slipping and catch you. That's not cheating. No, they're not supposed to be a sitting duck and get hit. No, they're supposed to slip the punch, duck, bob, weave, pivot, and catch you. That's what you do in the fight.
From, but me personally, I first encountered this maybe back in like 2023, I believe, on Twitter. So it was a Twitter space, and this Twitter space was about how immigrants are essentially affecting Black Americans and how they are maybe taking away certain opportunities from Black Americans. This wasn't focused on any particular group of immigrants, but then later on in the space, it did shift to Black immigrants in particular and how they may be taking things away from Black Americans. And I would also like to add, while this Twitter space was going on, like there were Africans and Black Americans literally yelling slurs at one another through the phone. There were even white conservatives that literally came up there as well. Even the fresh and fit guy came up there as well. Like
all of this started with the disdain that other immigrants have for Black Americans. It all started with that. Go back to the origin of the fight. It all started with that.
I'm not too sure. Yes, the fresh and fit guy, of course, he was on the side of the Africans. You know, he's East African. I don't remember what the conservative guy was doing, but girl, they were in there and it was very, very messy. And there was a huge fallout from this space. And mind you guys, this was a space that went on for over 24 hours. So this is from like where I noticed a lot of this propaganda started to rise was from that day. Because if you were there, you would know that like Tariq Nasheed came in there. There was a lot going on. A lot of people came in there that day. And so from there, I started seeing a lot more Black American people referring to themselves as foundational Black American. And so I noticed that a lot of them were trying to distance themselves from Africa and talk about how, you know, they were already here and stuff like that. They were also native.
We were never close. We were actually closer to Africans than African was to us. I never liked the term African American, but at a time, it was a time where I considered all these other groups my brothers and sisters, but they never honored that. They didn't see me like that. So I'm going to continue to see you as what you don't see me as? I don't think so. I don't have no type of Stockholm syndrome, African syndrome, or whatever syndrome. I don't have it. You treat people how you want to be treated. If that don't work, you treat them how they treat you. That's how it goes.
Native to the land of America, things of that nature. Which, mind you, that claim is getting so bad. I'm starting to see Native Americans have to come out and like refute that claim and say like, no, girl, like respectfully, we are the original natives. But I noticed this very strong push to separate and create a distinction between Black Americans who are descendants from slavery versus, you know, everybody else. Which I absolutely agree with the fact that we are very different, but we also, of course, have a lot of similarities, right? But I don't necessarily think making that distinction in a certain context is productive. Like making that distinction in a conversation about the betterment and the advancement of any Black people, period, regardless of where they're from in the diaspora, that's not a useful conversation because at the end of the day, we all have the same enemy. So it's like, what are we making that distinction for? Why are we making this separation? Again, all of it just feels very anti-African, and it just feels like, again, propaganda for more division, for more divide and conquer. So please, let's all respect one another. We all have our own culture, Black American people included, okay? And we all descend from the same place. All love. That's it.
Africans in America are not trying to be Americans. We're surviving in a country that forces you to.
Bye. That's going to do it for this evening, family. I appreciate everyone for coming up and hanging out with your brother. I appreciate it. And until next time, if you haven't gotten your copy of Fire Book 2, the link is in the chat. Let me pin the link that my brother hope I can still find it. My brother Poison's Puppet let me pin the link. If you haven't gotten your copy of Fire, get your copy of Fire Book 2, Fire 1 and 2 on Amazon, on paperback or Kindle. If you want some good reading, get your copies of Fire Book 2, the finale, and Fire number 1 for some good reading. I guarantee it. I guarantee it to be good reading. If you haven't got your BAP gear, get your BAP gear, delineation movement. Get your BAP gear. Shout out to the network family. Salute to you all. Until next time, this is Brother Nasir, and this is the Enemy's Public.
I don't know how I got here. I just know I'm never going back. Just when I thought things were already crazy, it gets worse.
I'm back.
Quan?
Sapphire struggles to deal with her husband's alleged betrayal and coming to terms with Quan being alive after thinking he was deceased. Devante tries to keep a level head while dealing with family issues and unexpected disloyalty. Memories of Dre enters Devante's life in a way that he would have never imagined.
Fire Part 2, the finale.
Get your copy of Fire. It's definitely a must-read. If you enjoy hood books, this one is it. Just like the title of the book, it's officially Fire. Get it on Amazon, paperback or Kindle.
Until next time, this is the Enemy's Public. I am Brother Nasir. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section. Peace.
Production. Giving out instruction. Yeah. I just keep it intact, this is a fact, right and exact, I won't step back. Admiration is the feeling that inspires your brain to make you gain self-knowledge, not go insane.